very interesting game where the Wizards lead by over 15 points at different points
Hold
in the
on. Let me stop
game.
you right there. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. Your politically correct use of the word interesting was very good there. I like what you did there. I like what you're doing, what you got going on right now.
Yeah, it for the Mavs fans, again, we hear fired Nico chants break out late in the fourth quarter. I mean, you hear
Uh-oh.
people yelling at Anthony Davis because he's dropping passes and there's turnovers. The vibes are very low at the American Airlines Center, just to be completely honest. I'm in the press conference room waiting over 15 minutes for Coach Kidd to come, and Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag don't come to the press conference room. We have to go to their lockers for an interview. The vibes are just not good right now at the American Airlines Center at all.
What did Kid have to say with his post-game remarks?
Well, he's usually pretty monotone. He talked about, the team's point guard situation. We asked about D'Angelo Russell, who played less than 10 minutes. He says he needs to just see more consistency and more of a rhythm for D'Lo to be in, for him to get more time. My only pushback on that would be he's never been a consistent player. So like rhythm and D'Angelo Russell is almost like asking him to do something he's never done like ever. So it seems like he's almost being set up to fail in some ways. Uh, he said basically if Ryan Hart is active, he's going to play because him being active is going to count as a game towards his two-way thing. So that's kind of, I guess, a tidbit for Mavs fans to know. If Ryan Nembhard is suited up and is active, he probably will at least play some because they don't want to just waste a game from Ryan Nembhard, which is why he got some minutes, even though he didn't play as much. We didn't get a chance to really talk about Klay Thompson, but Klay Thompson has, continued to struggle. It seemed like without the system or without an elite playmaker, he's having a tough time finding open shots. And then, of course, Keyshawn George had a career high on the Dallas Mavericks, 34 points.
You don't want to be that
Jason, can
team.
you say
Yeah.
you
No
don't want to
disrespect.
be that team that gives the second year player kind of his career high game. Seems like a good player and everything, but he didn't do anything, at least from on the floor, that seemed to be that special. This is not a Wimby level talent that was destroying the Dallas Mavericks. This is a good player that might be breaking out, but they are going to have to do something if Keyshawn George is scoring 34 points.
Oh my God.
A couple numbers that stand out. And over the weekend, we're going to have to just, I don't know what the hell's going on with Klay Thompson, but his first two games is not cutting it right now. We'll get to that later. But the two numbers that stick out to me, because folks was jumping in my mentions about this one. So the Mavericks get outscored bench points wise, 47-28. And we have been lauding about the idea of how good this bench can be. Yes, I know Daniel Gafford is not available right now. Kyrie Irving is obviously continue to be out. Dante X is not available either. This bench has been giving them close to nothing. In fact, they literally gave them 0 in the second quarter when they were outscored 21-0 in that department, and that's when the game flipped in that second quarter. Your thoughts on the lack of bench production through two games so far for this team?
I've been pretty disappointed in Najee Marshall. That's a player that when I took this job, I said, you know what? The Mavs have Najee Marshall, man.
Choose your words carefully.
He's gonna be a really
We're a
good
pro
player.
Najee program.
I have to be honest to the Mavs fans. The knife has not been knifing through the lane like how I thought when I took the job. I thought he would be one of the best kind of bench players in the league. And to me, his impact really has not been felt on the offensive end. And we all know he's not like he's a defensive stopper. So if he's not really scoring on offense, he's not bringing you a lot of value on the court. I do think Max Christie, second game in a row, I think he's been at least an above average replacement level player, which is kind of all you can ask for from a Max Christie. He made 3 threes. That's kind of all you need. The biggest kind of thing that stood out to me though was just, Derek Lively played 19 minutes. I'm not even sure why we didn't get a chance to ask Kid that before the end of the press conference, or at least I didn't. He played 19 minutes. He was 4 or 5. He was a +3. Looks like he actually, I think, had the highest plus minus. Not the plus minus is everything. It's not. But again, 19 minutes. And the big thing on this team was supposed to be the big lineup. But now the big lineup is not even big all the time. So we're not even using that strength. And that kind of seems like a problem because if you lack shooting and you're not even big anymore, what do you do well?
That sounds like an identity crisis. Like, what do the Mavs do well? Again, it's only 2 games. But
A great
I would say
philosopher once said it gets early late.
yeah, but they haven't. It gets late early.
You know what I meant.
They haven't done anything in both games. They haven't done anything well like twice.
No. I mean, and then Anthony Davis, just real quick, Anthony Davis played 37 minutes. He had 27 points and 13 rebounds. And if you like didn't watch the game and just like box scored him, like, hey, Anthony Davis is back. That's what you would think. In the game, Anthony Davis was outplayed by a second-year player on the wing, Keyshawn George. That should never happen. This is Anthony freaking Davis. This was once a top 5 player. This was once a player that people argue was better than LeBron in the finals run. You can't be outplayed by Keyshawn George. It just cannot happen. So while I think Anthony Davis had a good game, like I was saying in the preseason when he was one of my concerns, we need Anthony Davis to be the best player on the court in nearly every game that he plays, or at least make it a competitive game. Keyshawn George was significantly better than him to be honest, on both sides of the floor. I think he outplayed him on the defensive end. Anthony Davis, as a defensive player, hasn't even really anchored the Mavericks defense how I assumed he would, again, when coming to cover the team. I've just been disappointed in Anthony Davis. I think the box score has been solid, but we're watching other players and other teams go for 40 points, 55 points, while having good defense and while leading their teams. And Anthony Davis hasn't done that. He's been a good player, but the good player isn't going to get the Mavs to the playoffs. A top 10 player is.
There's not really like a way to sort of quantify this, but obviously I'm not going to compare AD to Wemby because Wemby is something. He's like a different.
We've never seen
species
that
almost.
before. Yeah.
But even Alex Sarr tonight was moving better than AD. It felt like he was able to get places faster. Obviously you can look at 2 guys running and determine which one is faster, but like it just feels like AD isn't everywhere. You know what I mean? Like great defenders, it feels like they're just always. They just kind of appear out of nowhere.
He had some moments in the fourth quarter. He had a nice block shot. Like he did,
but there was also Marvin Bagley beat him on a pick and roll.
Yeah,
and it's like Marvin Bagley. Like
that's what I mean. Dude. Like there were moments, but it's not been consistent with the first couple games for sure. That first half, he looked like
Marvin Bagley had 10 points today, and Marvin Bagley is like maybe a second away from China. So like. Marvin Bagley scoring 10 points is an L. I mean, I'm just being Mavs fans. I really want to be nice about it, but like I've watched a ton of Wizards games. Marvin Bagley is almost out the NBA. 10 points? It's just unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, the Wizards centers combined for 24 points tonight on 9 of 16 shooting.
Not good.
I mean, they almost matched AD. AD had 27
on 9 of 19.
Yeah,
from the field.